Well, my calibrate seminar encompasses two subjects. Today's subject is going to be calmness. Now, the reason why I felt this is the most important part of the seminar, as far as where we begin, is because imagine this: you're in your car, you're calm. You're talking to a coworker, you're calm. You're eating, and you're calm. You're at work, and you're calm. So, no matter what you do, calmness is by far the most important thing, because that allows you to have an ebb and flow in life, make better decisions, be more compassionate, more kind. So, but to be calm, what does that really mean, right? Well, it encompasses both, all three parts, the body, the mind, and the soul. But in the calmness seminar, I encompass that with the body and the mind. On the body part, think about it this way: if you eat foods that don't agree with you and give you a stomach ache, you're not gonna be calm. Nobody with a stomach ache or something or a headache can find themselves to be a calm person. So to have the body in a state of calmness, which means reduction of inflammation, is super important. So the nutrition part of the body is extremely important. And just so you'll know, this has been settled. There is no, humans are omnivores, and we only eat vegetables, fruits, and flesh protein. It is settled. This is hard science. Anybody that goes outside of this is not using science as a platform to educate people. So since I'm a science guy, we basically touch on science, on nutrition with science, on how to reduce the inflammation of the body. Anything from breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And we go into detail. I'm not going to go into it now, but that's basically what we do. So the second part of the body would be sleep. Obviously, if you're not sleeping well, your anxiety, depression. I mean, you go down the rabbit hole of no sleep. I mean, you even have mental illnesses from that. So I also educate people, especially people in my age category. We start to lose the ability to fall asleep easily. So I touch base on all of that part, and like how do you obtain a sleeping environment. I literally tell people you should be able to put yourself to sleep like you put a baby to sleep. And so all those things, as far as science is concerned, are dealt with in the seminar. Now, when it comes to, then this is the most important part, the mind, right? A calm mind is super important, because you can calm down the body and you can give it all the food that it needs, and you can sleep all you want. But if your mind is not calm, that's also another issue. Then neural hacking across the board is the shortest line from point A to point B. Everybody wants to achieve something, right? Everybody wants to do something. Everybody wants to be happy or achieve a certain level of success. Well, neural hacking is the fastest route there. And this has been proven in science. Even back in the 70s, they did a science experiment on this girl where they literally convinced her she was a pro violinist. And they used neural hacking, they used conscious programming. And literally in 6 months, she became a pro violinist. So you can see that the power of the mind is exceptional. So by neural hacking, you're able to go into the subconscious and drop information to create the person that you want to see before you create the person that you see through the mechanisms of the habits. Like, say, for instance, I had a client that was, obese. And so we have a lot of variables. We have emotional variables. We have so many things, not just food. So I had told him, I said, listen, first thing in the morning, when you wake up, because your brain is in theta. Theta is download. Download meaning that you are now putting this into your subconscious. And I would tell him, say this: I am the healthiest person in the world today. So he would repeat this for hours on end, every single morning for a month. Then pretty much by the month, this is the 30-day pitfall that everybody goes through. And in the 30 days, he woke up one day and didn't want to do his cardio. But immediately, knee-jerk reaction, he said, I am the healthiest person in the world today. So yes, I must go and do my cardio. So he came back the next day, told me everything that happened, but that's That's basically what happens with neural hacking. So you basically create this version of you in your mind, in your subconscious, and then you take the action in the plan to create that. But that encompasses calmness. A calm body and a calm mind creates calmness. Now from here, you go ahead and create things that, I have my own dreams, right? Everybody has a dream, right? Everybody wants to do something with their lives, whether it's have a family, for me, it's be the greatest speaker in the world. Other people might want to be a musician, but through calmness, your ability to do great things is not only guaranteed, but it's the only way to do it. It doesn't make sense to have an erratic body and an erratic mind and then try to achieve a goal. I mean, you're carrying the weight of your body if it's not calm, and you're carrying the weight of your mind if it's not calm. So through this process, we get into a version of calmness that is by far better than anything I have ever tried in my entire life. And that is, in a nutshell, the calmness seminar. So when it comes to calmness, what do you get, right? That's the $1 million question. Well, I'll be honest with you. As far as calmness is concerned, within the first 30 days, you can expect to have a reduction of stress by 50%. There's going to be a sense of calmness about your day that you never had before, because as far as it's obvious that we were all stressed out. But when you do this, you can see in 30 days that you're not going to be reacting to the same noise that you were reacting before. That coworker that was on your nerves, or that drive to work is no longer that stressful experience. It's a task, no doubt, but you should expect yourself by minimum 50% of reduction in stress. And then also too, now remember, the stress is gone, but the information that the stress tells you that's there is evident. So now you get to compartmentalize what's happening. You put your stress, okay, I don't need to stress out from my drive. I don't need to rebuttal my boss. I don't need to, think twice about, making that effort to do this other thing I want to do. Basically, I have a clearer mind. Your ability to think clearly, your ability to be less stressed, it's just amazing. I can honestly tell you, I remember going into the market, and I stress out when I go to places like the market. So I remember doing this for the first time. And 30 days later, I was at the market, and I was actually having a wonderful time. People were around me. It was crowded. It was close to Thanksgiving, and you know how that gets, right? Nothing. I just sat there waiting my turn. But because of the practice of calmness, it allowed me to flow through my life without any resistance. And that's what you should expect. An ebb and flow of life that you've never had. Because this is the only way to do it. There's no other way. I've tried.